What we have here, Carmen Bocci commissioned to have this made. This is a scale model of Brutus. It's brass, a lot of meticulous work. It's a 1/87th scale of Brutus. Carmen, he did the diorama that kind of shows the equipment down below on Brutus, but this is a very, it goes right down to the grease barrels. That's why they used to bring that up into the house. It is a
very detailed
piece of work.
Very nice.
There were very few of these made.
And this is the latest edition here at the Brutus Museum. This was only put in here less than a year ago, and this is the latest piece of equipment in here.
What we have here is a wooden model of Big Brutus. This was done by Mr. John Downs is his last name. He's from Council Groves. He did a lot of model steam engines and locomotives for the Heart of the Heartless.
So if you watch the other videos we did over at the Train Museum, Mr. Downs is the one that did all of the trains over there in the museum. Done a lot of woodwork.
He built this in his basement, his ranch. He lived on the Santa Fe Trail, and they had a real tough time getting it up the steps and out of the basement without getting it broke. But if you look at it, he did a lot of work on this thing.
And he was 83 years old when he finished this.
He was quite a gentleman. And he lost the sight of one eye to scarlet fever, so he didn't have any depth perception, which didn't help your ability to carve. So
he sort of overcame that, it appears. Holy cow. That's a pretty one.
And here's some other models. These are by Emmett Sullivan. And there's some fossils that's been found in the coal fields, but Emmett did a real fine job on these. If you look, you need to come out and look at Brutus's museum is open 7 days a week. You can come out and look at this. It's a real nice place to bring friends and relatives. You can see how well displayed everything is.
Emmett takes a lot of pictures, and he's on Facebook these days with a lot of his pictures about, he does a lot of stuff. He does a lot of night skies and sunsets and nature pictures. And this here, I had no idea he did this kind of woodwork, but some very nice woodwork that Emmett did. And there it is. There's some of it.
This is a coal loading machine. This is a diesel hydraulic. John Downs also did this. This is used to load coal into the haul trucks where they take it to the tipple where the coal is processed. But this was down in the pit loading coal. He whittled that out too. Really a lot of detail.
And Mr. Downs, the same one that, all right.
Yeah, he did, he was in.
Beautiful work. And this here?
This is a model of the page drag line, which is on display right out the back part of the museum.
Yeah, we have the actual drag line that this is a model of right here at Brutus. It's out on the lot.
Wilkerson Coal Company, they were in business for a lot of years, but this was used to turbine north or south of Pittsburgh.
Yes, sir.
There's also a small steam shovel located at the museum on a bypass in Pittsburgh that Wilkerson also donated as part of this mine.
And it says right on the side of it, Wilkerson Coal Company, Weir, Kansas.
And this is a page. They made a lot of drag lines. They worked up through the 20s, 30s, 40s, and on. But you can see by the rails and the dollies that this is setting on, this is how this machine moved. This one does not walk.
Yeah, it's on a track. All right, thank you, Larry.
You're welcome.